Shalom, all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai, double honor to the apostles at GreatMillStone ruling well. This is article that's just come out. Flying insect numbers plunge by 75% in 3 years, study shows. And Esau's done his studies and he's saying that there's been a 75% drop in the insects that are flying around. And look, man, it says insects are vital for the ecosystem of Earth and play an important role in pollinating plants and providing a food source for birds. So, you know, the Lord's got these insects and animals and different things out there for his purpose, man. And, you know, it's all part of the ecosystem, you know, the sustenance of life and, you know, the way the Lord set it up for whatever different purposes. And here it is, Esau, under the rulership of Esau, these things, these animals and stuff like that are dropping dead. And one thing Esau does is that he builds up he's built up these concrete cities and skyscrapers and all this, and he cuts down a lot of green. There's some cities where there's hardly any green whatsoever in those cities, you know. And you know, it's like even England, man. They said England was like what, about 70% forest. But that was in the Middle Ages, man. Now Esau just coming to power, that's all been done away with. Now you got green in England. Don't get me wrong. You got like a lot of green in England, man. You got green fields, farms all throughout the countryside, man, and all of that. You see, if you get on any train, you'll see that. But compared to what it was, because you got like certain green, you know, can I say, like little reserves, like nature parks, like. The way it is now, there's actually specific parks for big major greens. Well, before they used to have, like, it was just filled with green. I'm trying to think of I mean, nothing's coming to my head right now, but you know those nature, the places of outstanding beauty and stuff that you see on the map. Anyway, I'm going on a bit, but it says new data gathered in German nature protection areas revealed an entire community of flying insects, including butterflies, bees, and moths, has been decimated. Now, that's a whole nother lesson. Bees, the benefit of bees and the honey and stuff, and even other, you know, insects to pollinate these plants and stuff. You know, they're needed, but under the rulership of Esau, they're dying off because Esau doesn't observe the land Sabbath. Esau just rapes the land, man. That's what a lot of these mass production in these top companies, they just rape the land to reap the benefits, man. Because he's trying to centralize everything, you know. Scientists measure the total biomass of flying insects caught in tent traps in 63 protected areas. Now, I'm going to go to the scriptures, man, but actually, let me go to the scriptures now. Habakkuk 2:5. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. That's another thing about Esau. Like, you got his American army. They're all over the world, man. They ain't stopped fighting. They just love war. Okay? Who enlargeth his desires as hell. Where he goes, he's bringing GMO foods over there. Like, you got these Edomites that might eat healthy, that live in the countryside and shit like that, but all in these major cities and stuff like that, Esau's got McDonald's and all of these things. There's McDonald's over in England, all over. There's McDonald's over in Europe, you know, and other of these companies that are just poison BS foods. Little is emphasis on health and green and all of that, eating a green diet and stuff like that. Esau doesn't promote that. Esau promotes fast foods and foods that are pops and sodas that are overly sugared and stuff like that, man. And GMOs and E numbers and all this other madness, man. Come on. Yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he's a proud man, neither keepeth at home. He who enlargeth his desire is hell, and is as death. So, anywhere he goes, that's the vibration that he's pushing. Even on moral levels, man. Transgenders and stuff like that. So, the scriptures has got your MO, Esau. You might have all the technology and stuff like that, but you're not a moral man. You're not a man of morals, mates. You might boast about how the technology you got and stuff, but it doesn't matter. What are you doing with that technology? They discovered that it had declined by an average of 76% and as much as 82% in midsummer. Insects make up about 2/3 of all life on Earth, but there has been some kind of horrific decline. Professor Dave Goulson of Sussex University. So, I mean, that's the dude there. Yeah, that's something actually, yeah, that's David Attenborough. Explores Richmond's Park. Probably watched that after. And yeah. So we appear to be making vast tracts of land inhospitable to most forms of life and are currently on course for ecological Armageddon. If we lose the insects, then everything is going to collapse. That's why you ain't going to stay in power too long. Because you're the ones ruling the earth, so why is this happening, mate? That's what we got to ask ourselves. That's what we got to ask ourselves. I had a feeling that was going to happen. Yeah, so I don't really need to play that. So anyway, I've made the point. That's why Esau needs to be taken out of the way. Because Esau's destroying life on earth. Okay? And morals and every kind of moral fibers, the land, the trees. He just cuts down trees. There's nothing wrong with cutting down certain trees, but he just fucking goes relentless. Okay? And with that, I'm going to say shalom.